Hello, welcome back to my haunted library. It's Regina. So I'm here today with a little update. I haven't posted it in about a week. I actually was dealing with like a minor health issue where I had to be quarantined, but I was tested for COVID-19 and I'm negative, so that's good news. So, uh, so yeah, I was just gonna kind of update on what I've been reading. But I do feel like I would be remiss not to address on just some level what is going on in the world right now. I mean, we are going through a real crisis in my country, and I think that this is something that has been brewing, of course, for centuries, and it has reached a point where people have said, this is enough, and I completely support that. I always believed, and I still believe, that, art and literature and books, this is what, brings us together and unites us. I mean, not to sound too Pollyanna. Underneath it all, we really are the same. But the problem is that not everyone is treated the same. Not everyone is treated equally. And that is an injustice, and it needs to end. And I hope that this movement, which I support 100%, brings that end and in a peaceful way. That's what I hope for. So, yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. And I just wanted to mention that. 2 years ago, when I was at BookCon, I went to see a panel with, it was Cassandra Clare, Tomi Adeyemi, and Brandon Sanderson, and then maybe two other people, and I don't remember who they were. And there was a woman sitting next to me, and it looked like she was like a mom with like teenage kids, and she had copies of Cassandra Clare's book because after the lecture or whatever, the discussion, they were going to have a book signing. And Cassandra Clare, at one point in this panel discussion, started talking about President Trump and in a negative context, let's put it that way. I don't remember exactly what she said, and several people on the panel were like agreeing. And this woman sitting next to me got very upset by this and, got very huffy and took her books and her kids and left. And she said something like, this is ridiculous or something, and stormed out. Well, I looked at the people on the panel, and Cassandra Clare kept talking, and no one really noticed that this woman left. But I remember thinking, do we really need to bring politics into this discussion? Because we're all here because of the books. And this woman had Cassandra Clare's books. Now, maybe Cassandra Clare is like, I don't give a damn. I don't want Trump supporters to like my books or read my books or whatever. But it did occur to me at that moment that it's like, we need to maybe put politics aside and come together with these things. But this situation that's happening now is a lot bigger than that, and it's really important. So I just wanted to put that out there, that I do stand in solidarity with the protest and this movement, because we need change, and it needs to happen now. This has gone on for too long. So anyway, that's my little speech for whatever it's worth, and it's not worth much, but let's get on with the books. Hopefully you guys are all doing okay. I finished Dune, 5 stars. I thought this was great, and especially in the end, and I'm going to have a couple spoiler discussions. I'm not going to go into detail with this book right now, but maybe I will do a separate video, like vlog for this, which I had planned. But when it gets into the end with the whole like Fremen Revolution and all this stuff, I was definitely thinking about, our current events and what's going on in the world. And, I think Dune, this book, I can understand after having read it why it is considered such a classic and why it's so important. The whole concept of the giant worms, I think, is just an incredible achievement in a lot of ways. So finishing Dune led me to the next book that I am currently reading, which is a reread, and that is Hyperion by Dan Simmons, another science fiction classic. I feel like this is going to be sci-fi summer for me. I'd love to see a show of hands of people who have read Hyperion, because I think this is just one of the best written books, science fiction books of all time. So this book is about a group of travelers who are going to this planet Hyperion, and on the way each one tells a story about Hyperion and an experience either they had or they learned about. So I just finished the first one, which is the Priest's Tale, and they all encountered this creature called the Shrike, which is this great monster. There are a lot of concepts in this book that are just out of this world great, and it's kind of a work of staggering genius. Now, it's not everyone's cup of tea. I've read the reviews on Goodreads. It's a challenging book, I won't deny it, but after reading Dune, I wanted to revisit this, and I'm really enjoying it the second time around. I'm reading it, I'm also listening to it on Audible. The descriptions on this book are just superb, and Dan Simmons is a master of the English language. And the words flow, and the imagery is stunning. It really is stunning. So that's all I have for today. Stay safe, everybody, and stay positive. And I will see you soon in my haunted library. Bye.